Hello, hi. It's been a long time that I don't show up here. Maybe 6 months or more. But yeah, here I am sharing some news about my album. Probably most people thought that I gave up my album, but no, the album is ready. And today I was listening to the whole, like the whole album, and it's sounding good. Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be possible, but yeah, after a year working on this album, it's finally done. Let me share a little bit of my plans that I had. So last year, in the beginning of the year, I think it was like January 5th or something like that, I decided to challenge myself, and say, okay, why not? I'm going to record a full album in 2025. So I laid out a plan for that. So the first 3 months, I was going to write the songs because I didn't have all the songs ready. And then the other 3 months, I was going to pre-produce the songs. And then the next 3 months, I was going to record the songs. And then the last 3 months of the year, I was going to mix and master. That was a bad decision because mixing and mastering doesn't take, only 3 months. It took me longer. But yeah, the beginning was easier. So like for me to write the songs, I think it was only 1 month or something like that. And then to produce was very fast as well. To record, it took me a little while. And then the longest part was to mix and master because it's always like this. I started from the easiest song in terms of like fewer instruments. So the songs that had piano and strings and vocals, I started from those. And then I worked my way up to the hardest song, the song that had more elements, a lot of vocals, drums, guitars, effects, synthesizers. But that was a bad decision because when I got to that song, then I had to listen over and over again because the hardest song is the first song of the album. And then I had to work my way down to the last song of the album. So it was a bad decision because I had to remix everything again. So it took me, I think it was 6 months. I don't remember when. I think I have in my notes somewhere the dates that I started. Let me see if I can find these. Hold on. Just so we can see a little bit how long it took. I don't want to share too much of it, but let's see. I have some notes here when I started. So I started to write the lyrics and melody January 5th, 2025, and I finished all the lyrics and melodies in February 7th. So how did I start that? So I had some, melodies. When I'm writing songs, sometimes I start with maybe a piano melody that will go in the background, like the arrangement. Sometimes I start with the vocal melody. So I had like a bunch of songs like that, unfinished songs, very old songs. So like in this album, you see very old songs from 2016, very, very old, and some newer ones as well. I think a couple of the songs I wrote while I was writing this song. So I remember that one song I wrote in January 26th, which was my birthday. And yeah, so we have some older songs from 2016, I think maybe 2015 as well, and some of 2025. So it's a mixture. Not all of them are new, but all of them were unfinished, and I finished all of them in 2025. Okay. And then after that, I started the pre-production on February 10th, 2025. And it was kind of easy as well. It was fast because I had in my mind kind of what I wanted for these songs. And some of them I had to start from scratch because I didn't have, the arrangement in my mind. So, but still, it took me roughly 1 month. So I finished in March 13th, and then I started recording. So I started on March 15th, and just like for a little bit more context, I work full time, so I don't have the whole day, to record songs, to mix and master, and etc. So I only have a little bit of 2 hours maybe daily, and then on the weekends I have a little bit more time. But I also need to rest, so it's not like 24 hours recording the album. So yeah, I started recording on March 15, and then I had a pause. I don't know why I paused for a week, and then I finished everything. Oh no, I finished the main vocals on May 4th, and then I had to, because the songs are not only the main vocals, but we have a lot of layers of doubles of backing vocals. So until I finished everything, it says here June 15th, but actually it was more because I was recording some vocals today. Because when you listen and think, okay, I think I could have done better, or I think we need more layers of vocals, so I was recording some vocals today. But yeah, it says here that the majority of vocals and the recording of piano instruments. I only play piano because some of the instruments are how can I say, virtual instruments. So they are not like me playing guitar, but it's a virtual guitar. But the pianos, it's me playing piano. So like the piano, the vocals, it all took me a few months here. So I finished in May. And then I started to edit, because before finishing, before mixing and mastering, you need to edit. So like you need to crop the unnecessary parts of the vocals. You need to balance the volume and everything. So that took me around a month. So June 16th to June 18th. And then I had to stop for a while because I had my wisdom teeth removal for like the four sizes, not the four sides, the two sides of my mouth. So I couldn't wear the headphones because, it would cause a little pressure here. So I had to stop for a month or so until I recover. And then I started mixing. So it was about August that I started mixing and mastering. So yeah, I finished, I would say that I finished mixing in December. So, I could get, on track with that. But then I decided to, review all the songs, remix a few songs, master them, and then I finished today. Yes, so those are this is the timeline that took me to record this and have the album ready. Let me share this part here, because that's something that I've been doing, because it's nice when you check some tasks. I like to do that. Oops. I don't know, where is my screen? That's not my screen. Let's see. It's like showing a note screen, not my real screen. Where is my... So we have here my Milanote. It's showing a YouTube screen, but I don't have that screen on my computer. Which screen is that? Oh my god. No. Let me open a new one. Actually, let me close this. Oh, I feel like an old lady confused with technology. And that's because I work with technology every day. But let's see. What is this screen? I don't have that screen here. Super weird. Let me see if I can refresh it. Can we see this? Nope. It's not even moving. Yeah, anyway, let me check mark this. So in December, I finished, I believe it was 3 of them, the missing 3. And then I finished the production and mixing and mastering. Cool, that's complete. Now I still don't have, like a date that I will release the album, because I still need to, have an album cover, have at least one video, because we are going to have some music videos. I don't know if I will be able to shoot all the videos the way that I plan, because sometimes I have some crazy ideas and I don't think all of them will be possible. Also, I don't like to use AI for videos. I might use for some parts, but I like, the real video. But I don't know, like, if I'll have all the scenarios that I have in my mind, Maybe there is some place that I can go to shoot these videos, but maybe, I don't know, it's going to be a little hard to make the videos the way that I want. But let's see, at least the first one, we are going to have a video. Then I will release the album, and we are going to have probably 3 more videos later. Oh, in total, I said that it was going to be 12 songs, right? Because it was going to be 1 per month. But in the end, I ended up having 13, because one of the songs is like an intro song. So very cool to set the atmosphere. And yes, so this first one is a very tiny song just to connect, the whole album. And it's nice if you listen to the album as a whole, like without skipping any track, because it has, some kind of not a story, because it's not based on anything, but it has like these nice transitions between the songs. So it's cool if you listen to all of them, one after the other in the order that they are, without skipping any song. Cool. Also, it's a mixture of, I know that most of my covers are, playing piano and, very sad, emotional songs. But that's not the way that I am, actually. So the songs are a little more agitated, but not, crazy punk rock things. But it's more agitated, not so calm or so sad. There are some nice mixtures here. So I think you guys will like it. And one thing that I was going to say, I'll leave this video on my YouTube for a while. But I know that on my YouTube I have some covers and tutorials. So I am planning on deleting, but hiding some of them, at least for the album release. So if you need to learn any songs that I have on my YouTube, just take the chance now, learn it now, because I will hide them. But if you need in the future, just ask me for the link, and then I'll share the link again, or maybe I'll share the video for you to download. And yeah, that's it. Let me see. So yeah, 2025, the goal was to record the album, right? And also during that time I reached the 1,000 subscribers. That's awesome, thank you. And then now the 2026, the goal will be the release, and I want to increase this number of subscribers here on my Instagram. I want people to listen to my songs, so this will be my goal for 2026. And it's super helpful if you kind of set a goal and you talk to somebody about that goal, because it will force you to, run towards that goal. So that's what happened to me. I was like, oh, I said that I was going to record an album, so I need to record this album or else it's going to be a shame. So yeah, in 2026, I want to, dedicate a little bit more on my YouTube, because during 2025, it was abandoned. I don't even know like if I will get the views, because YouTube treats you like this. If you stop sharing videos, it will stop showing your videos to other people. So probably it's going to be a very slow start, but let's see. And yeah, so the goal for 2026 is to, release the album, release a lot of videos, not covers anymore, maybe. I don't know. Last year I said that I was not going to do any covers, but I did. So I'm not going to promise that I won't, because if there is a nice song that I want to cover, then I will do a cover. But mostly it's going to be focused on this album. And also after this album, I have, other plans for not re-releasing, but releasing different versions of my old songs, because during this time that I was mixing these songs, I learned a lot. And when I was listening to my old songs, I realized that there is a song that doesn't have any bass. So like that song is only guitars, drums, vocals, synthesizers, and there's no bass. And I was like, oh, that's why this song feels so empty, because there's no bass in it. And then so I will probably re-record and remix them, because they don't sound, that good. So, and also I have some different versions of these songs that I started to record a long time ago, but I never finished. So let's see if I can release that as well before the end of 2026. That's a promise. So yeah, that's it, guys. Album is ready. I still don't have the release date yet, but you're going to see it soon. But yeah, it's going to be this year, before the middle of the year, okay? Subscribe, keep following me on YouTube, on Instagram as well. I think I post more things in YouTube and Instagram. I don't use TikTok as much, but if you want to follow there as well, that's fine, because I will post some cool videos here on YouTube and on Instagram when it's done, okay? Thank you for watching, and bye-bye. Follow me here.